I love the X39. I tell everybody about the X39 wherever I go. It doesn't matter. They're going to hear about the X39. I hope my story will help people consider looking into doing the patching. Everyone has special dates that they remember and celebrate, and I have many too. However, on September 19th, 2023, when a friend knew how much discomfort I was in and asked if I would be willing to try and patch so my nerve discomfort would lessen. I said, absolutely. So she put a patch on my leg where it really hurt, and the nerve discomfort started leaving. It was like a miracle. Okay. Now for me, this was almost instant. It doesn't happen to everybody, just so you know. But then I had some nerve discomfort that was on my right leg. The other one was a cut tendon that I was sitting on ice for 15 years. So that has gone away after 8 months. Um, I couldn't walk. Sleeping became unbearable because of discomfort. Um, and my back was awful, absolutely awful. So I started withdrawing from my activities and my friends. Now, that's the sad part. But after learning about the flagship X39 patch, my discomfort left me after 8 months. I have no more joint pain, back pain. I sleep better, everything. In fact, after attending my wellness physical, just about 8 months into it, I walked into my doctor's office and she said, I thought you'd be in a wheelchair. I said, I said, Doc, I have a story to tell you. And we talked, and now she's patching. Okay. So she has some problems. Now my story on my knee, and it's really important because it seems like everybody my age has knee problems, bone on bone. 4 months into patching, I started getting some relief, and I thought, this is crazy, you know? So 8 months, I waited a while. So I told my husband, I said, I'm going to go to the urgent care center. I just have to get an x-ray to see, because David Schmidt said you can restore your cartilage. And I'm like, in your knee. I'm like, what? So I said, Bill, I don't have any more pain. So I made up a little story. I kind of, tweaked it. I said, I kind of tweaked my knee. I didn't, but I had to get an x-ray. I would not say anything to anybody unless it was true. Okay. I get the x-ray. He comes out and he said, really, what's wrong with your knee? What did you say? I said, I just want to know, do I have cartilage? He goes, yeah, you have cartilage. And I said, hallelujah. And I think I scared him, and we just laughed a little bit. And I actually just wanted to leave. It's the only time I think I never mentioned Lifewave to someone. So I was so delighted. I can't tell you. There will be no knee replacement. I have a couple people that have started, okay, because of that, simply because of that. My friend, thank goodness my friend believed in Lifewave and wasn't afraid to share this information. And that's what I feel now. I have to share it with everybody. So, just a side note, as I was feeling better and walking more, I wanted to be able to dance at my granddaughter's wedding, May of 2024. And I did pretty good, okay? I wasn't quite there yet. But on September 6th, 2025, a couple weeks ago, her twin got married, and I danced all night. I even did the limbo and with my husband, and I started the cha-cha. So what can I say? The patch works. There's no question about it. And that was my dream. It came true. Start patching. You won't be sorry. It takes a little bit of time for your stem cells to wake up and start healing your body. You didn't get this way overnight. So I do have one quote to finish. God didn't promise days without pain, laughter without sorrow, or sun without rain, but he did promise strength for the day. Darn it, I was trying not to do this. Comfort for the pain and light for the way. And I said, does he mean Lifewave? So thank you for listening and allowing me to share my story tonight.
pandemic, I was diagnosed with spinal stenosis. Spinal stenosis is a narrowing in your spinal cord, and it causes severe pain in your back, your lower back, down my leg, even to my feet where I was having neuropathy. I had 3 epidurals. I was on all kind of medication, and none of it worked. I went to rehab. I did everything I could think of. I was using a cane. I know now I was probably on my way to a wheelchair. When the patch was introduced to me, I haphazardly used it. Like I didn't really know what I had. Yeah. But when I realized and started patching every day, I no longer take my medication.
Wow.
I no longer use my cane. I was in severe pain every day. I would wake up in the morning, I couldn't even straighten up. I would be like this.
Wow.
My husband would have to straighten me up. And so to me, the patch is a miracle.
Wow, it is a miracle.
It was a miracle. Come on.
Hello there, my name is Rick. This is my wife Tan. We've been on the X39 patch now for a couple of months. For me, then within the first 2 to 3 weeks, I experienced great sleep throughout the night, which is I've always had issues with. Feeling refreshed in the morning. Also, I work as a dentist, long hours, and very exhausted at the end of my days. But now I have more energy even after the workday is over, and everything's been great. And we're very thankful.
Okay, and so for me, same results. I feel like I'm in my 30s, and I'm almost 60 right now, and so with the body feeling free of discomfort and want to move and want to do, like I said, I feel like I'm in my 30s with my body, so that's amazing. And my granddaughter is what we wanted to share, because it's like a miracle watching her. When we started the patch, the first few days she was with us, so of course we patch ourselves, but we watch her and we become believer, because she was challenged with her brain, nonverbal, and we patched her. Normally, every day she would have the self-injury behaviors, hitting her face, trying to communicate, hitting her face. But for the 5 days we patched her, there was no hitting her face. She's looking at us with direct eye contact, and she's smiling. She's vocal, and smiling. And so she's like emotionally stable and happy. And that's something we just never seen before. We look at each other and like, oh my goodness, she seems so normal. And so we are very, very thankful.
In a world searching for answers, one discovery is changing everything. A patch, no bigger than a quarter, built not to treat symptoms, but to wake up the healer inside you. This is X39, a wearable, light-activated patch. Designed by David Schmidt, an inventor with over 200 patents. His mission? To reverse aging naturally. This isn't science fiction. It's stem cell activation without injections, without pills. Your body repairing itself. The results? Life-changing energy, recovery, sleep, relief. And the medical world? It's taking notice. Still skeptical? Visit thisisitinfo.com. You'll find the studies, the patents, the proof. It's all there. But there's more. This tiny patch isn't just transforming lives, it's creating freedom. Because behind it is a business model built for the bold. Real people, real results. Income that scales with impact. And here's why. Because this breakthrough technology is patented and exclusive, It offers a lucrative business plan that allows you to compound your efforts. More people than ever are struggling in today's economy. You can no longer rely on your own sweat equity alone to make a living. This business model allows you to duplicate yourself and, even better, to benefit from other people's efforts. So your income no longer depends solely on you. By duplicating yourself over and over, the income potential is far greater than a conventional job, career, or profession. And you're never alone. The This Is It system gives you the tools, the path, the team. All you have to do is start. The question is no longer if it works, it's whether you'll act or let this moment pass. Will you keep waiting or finally feel your body come alive again? Will you stay financially stuck or build something that lasts? Isn't it time to start living life on your own terms? The This Is It action plan will set you on a path to live out the dreams you have for your family. Get back with the person who shared this video so you can experience the age-reversing health and the exciting lifestyle that thousands are already enjoying. This is the technology, this is the team, and this is your moment. This is it.
Hi, I'm Dr. Torrey Brooks. I'm a retired chiropractic sports physician, and I had the pleasure of treating some of the world's best athletes for over 20 years. And I'm here with a good friend of mine, Patty Glick, and we're going to talk to you about Lifewave. We're going to talk to you about this technology that is absolutely prolific. It is the product of our generation, and it's for everybody and anybody. Doesn't matter what age you are, doesn't matter where you are and as activity, it is for you. So pay attention. You're going to hear some amazing things. Patty, do you mind jumping in and introducing yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. So Patty Glick, I am a nurse practitioner. Have over 40 years experience in the healthcare arena as a nurse and nurse practitioner. I did my training at USC for both my undergrad and my grad, and I maintained a private practice in Southern California for 25 years. But I really decided to take the next step, and that was leaving traditional healthcare to be able to move over into an arena that would allow me to help people to live a healthier, more holistic lifestyle. You know, Dr. Torrey, you've got a really great story on how the technology has assisted you and your family. And I think that this is important because as healthcare providers, we want to really make sure that the things that we are standing behind have credibility and trust with the people that we're sharing it with. So can you share your story?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Once I started sharing it in my practice, I had it about a month and a half before I retired. Mm-hmm. Home run after home run. I started using it myself. Within 2 weeks, my sleep apnea was gone. My wife, she goes, I have got to be part of that. Give me some of this. And she had gone through adrenal fatigue, and her hair was falling out, nails were breaking, even her eyelashes, and she hadn't slept in 10 years. First night she put the patch on, she called me crying. She could sleep. Hot flash was gone in a month. Then we shared it with our oldest son, who had asthma, and he has not had an asthmatic attack in 18 months. Okay, it's gone. And no more allergies in our house either. They would take he and his mother would take a Zyrtec every day for the last several years. Even my wife was taking 2. No more Zyrtec in our house. And our youngest son had eczema problem. And so it was so bad that his open wounds didn't allow him to basically use his arm, and it was a shooting hand. So he quit sports. And now, 4 months after wearing the patch, completely gone. Even the scarring is gone.
That's amazing. You know, my story started actually about 2 years before I put the patch on my body. And I had heard about it, but I was so skeptical. I thought, oh my gosh, this sounds like voodoo. What is this all about? But the more stories I heard, the more research I did, I thought, I have got to give this a try. So I slapped it on my body, and much like Dr. Torrey's wife, sleep was the very first thing for me. And within 3 nights, I was sleeping through the night. I still sleep like a baby. I have incredible dreams, incredible energy. My biggest miracle came at 5 days in. And I've struggled with an irritable bowel disease since I was 15 years of age, on medication and still sick 3 to 4 times a week. But guess what? 5 days in, all of my symptoms went away. I'm now 16 months after starting the patch. I haven't been sick once, haven't taken any medication. I feel fantastic. At 4 months, all of my neck and shoulder pain that I had on a daily basis went away. And I know that I will always continue this patch because I know that the effects that I'm getting from it are compounded. Dr. Tori, we have a problem in the US, and can you share a little bit about that and then we'll talk about how the patch can really be the solution.
Absolutely. It's pandemic. It's the whole world, actually. Every human being that's walking this face of the earth has a problem. Our stem cells become dormant as we get older. And so it starts to become really rapid at 25, 30th, because by the time you're 30 years old, half your stem cells are not active. And then by the time you're my age, I'll be 60 this year, I got about 5-10% left. And then next scene in that movie, that's when you start replacing body parts. And we don't want that, right? I want to keep my joints. I want to get the inflammation out of my body. Well, that's what happened. That's the problem, because chronic inflammation is the root of all disease, and it just devours the stem cell activity. And so fewer stem cells that you have, the faster you age and the slower you heal. But I heard there's a solution out there.
There is a solution, and we have David Schmidt to thank for that. David Schmidt is the founder, the inventor, and the CEO of Lifewave. He's had over 20 years of experience working in the field of what's called phototherapy. His first technology was developed for the Navy SEALs and is still used by them today, 20 years later. So I want you to really lean into the credibility of that. He has over 200 patents, and by the end of the year will be at over 300. This should give you a tremendous amount of confidence and credibility, just like it did for Dr. Tori and us. The FDA classifies the LifeWave technology as a general wellness product. So as Dr. Tori said, this is for everyone, and we are here to be able to use technology as a way to serve mankind. So how does this work? I'm sure everybody's dying to know.
Well, physiologically, it's phototherapy at its greatest, okay? The sun is phototherapy. You walk out in the sun, what happens? It hits your skin, converts some of your cholesterol into vitamin D. That's phototherapy. Instead of the sun being the source of light, each individual is a source of light, and we reflect light from our body. This patch grabs the light, and with its proprietary blend, it will reflect it back into the body and turn on a peptide called GHK copper peptide. And GHK copper peptide was discovered by Dr. Picard in the 70s, and it is fantastic. It is the holy grail of anti-aging and age reversing. It's amazing. So we found a way to be able to activate that signaling molecule to have its great effects, okay? It's non-transdermal, so there's nothing on it. It's not medicine. So anybody could put the patch on. It doesn't matter what medications you're on, nutritional supplementation, your condition, your disease, your disorder, doesn't matter, your age, everybody could wear the patch, okay? Because there's no contraindications to it. And now results do vary though, Patty. Okay, some people are one patch wonders. Some people, it took me 2 weeks to get my sleep apnea to go away. It took a month for my wife's hot flashes to leave. It took 3 months for my son's asthma. It took my other son 4 months for his eczema. Everybody has their own timeline, okay? But as physicians, we are clear, this is not medicine. So it's not a turning off something or turning something on immediately, okay? It will have to take this course for the body to heal itself, okay? And each and every person's different. So give it a year. Give it at least a year to do what it needs to do in your body so you too can get your testimony. Now, the benefits of this is like once you put it on scientifically, we know that within 2 days, 4,000 genes are being reset to their youthful status. That's amazing. You just stop there and say, okay, sign me up. But it gets better. Within 6 weeks, your brain becomes balanced, okay? Inflammation's leaving the body, and which is fantastic. No more going into a room wondering why you're there, okay? I used to do that. But in any event, also 3 months down the road, collagen is starting to be laid down and created from your body. None of the supplementation of that, and it goes to the gut, and only a portion of it goes to your body. 100% your body is activating collagen growth in your body, okay? And then 6 months down the road, it's actually age reversing at that point, Patty. Your cardiovascular system, 8 years younger. And it just keeps getting better and better and better, okay? Now, where do you put this? You put it on for 12 hours in the morning, take it off, rinse and repeat. You do it again the next day. That's it. That's it. It's very simple.
Yep.
Yeah. Can you
simple.
tell me? Can you tell me if we have a big problem, right? Our stem cells are going to sleep, right? Like the
Right.
seven dwarfs, the sleepy, and then we have a big solution that we just talked about. Does that create anything for us?
It creates an incredible opportunity. You know, this technology is for everyone, as Dr. Tori talked about. And when you hear about it, and especially when you get these patches on your body, you are going to want to be able to share this with everyone. So looking for an opportunity, because we know that 85% of Americans, they don't love their job. We know that finances are one of the leading causes of divorce and stress in a relationship. So this is an opportunity for you to help us to get this patch on a billion bodies, right? But to also create some financial options for your family. This company has had tremendous growth. We are in 85 countries, which gives us a massive international presence. The team that Dr. Tori and I are part of is responsible for 40% of the company revenue within Lifewave. We've got system structure, a great community, and we are not stopping. So the other thing that's very important when you're considering an opportunity, you want something that'll give you meaning, purpose, and fulfillment, but you also, as Dr. Tori talked about, think about supplements. If you're going to go buy something, where do you start? There's a million different things. We are the only tool on the market that will actually stimulate your dormant stem cells. We are on a 20-year patent, which means we have no competition. So you have so much opportunity there. So you're probably thinking right about now, okay, you guys, stop talking. I need to call the person that shared this video with me because I need to get started on my patches. And you may want to talk to them about sharing with others. I assisted 6 people to get started before my patches even arrived, because once I knew, and I had to share it with the world. It is my responsibility as a healthcare provider. So getting started, you can come in retail, pay a little bit more, or you can come in at a wholesale price. There are going to be 4 bundles in which you can come in. Decide what's going to be right for you with a conversation. You can order 3 months of your X39. That would be $295. You can order 6 months of your patches. That'd be $535. Probably want to use them with your family. There's a next pack, which will be 11 packages. Use them with your family or just yourself. That'd be $975. And then for those of you who have a big family or you've got a medical practice or a business that you want to be able to bring the technology into, that would be 20 months of the patches for $1,750. Start with whatever works for you, but have a conversation with the person that invited you. I'm going to give you a little pro tip. If you go to Amazon.com, you order from Lifewave, you're going to pay 30% more. If you also look on Walmart.com and eBay, and even on Amazon, you'll find counterfeit technology, and you'll also find some third-party sellers. Please don't do that, because Lifewave will not stand beside that. Those are counterfeit, or they have been stored improperly, and we cannot guarantee the results. So, Dr. Tori, thank you so much for sharing today. And guys, go and get back with the person that invited you here today. We are on a big mission to change the world and to get this technology onto 1 billion bodies. My question is, start with you. Are you ready to go? And then consider, do you want to come and help us have a big impact and create a big change in the world?
A 77-year-old woman's brain. They did a topography map of her brain in a case study. Now, the case study was done with the X39 patch behind her neck. So with these case studies are done with the patches behind your neck or below the belly button. In this case study, it was done behind her neck and all the participants in the study.
Amazing.
Now, session 1 is her brain without the X39. And then it goes on to session 2 and 3 with the X39 on in 3 weeks and 6 weeks. Look at session 1. Red means inflammation. That is not good in your brain.
Yeah.
Okay? And just within 3 weeks of wearing this X39, you see that the inflammation is gone. This is incredible. Everybody needs this technology. Who do you know that is on their game with common sense, that wants to have that kind of inflammation in your brain as an attorney, as a doctor, as a
No.
business person, as a housewife.
As a
Nobody
spouse.
can have it for this. I mean, have you ever gone into a room and forgot why you went in? That's because you got inflammation in your brain. Have you ever forgot where your keys are? Session 3 now is on 6 weeks.
Amazing.
Wearing this X39. Look at the stem cell activation that's going on right now and the much more improved brain coherence. Nobody that I have shared this topography map with common sense has not wanted to get on this X39 technology.
And session 3 was a complete turnaround. That is absolutely brain mind blowing, right? Okay. So here are the X39 long-term results. The first few days, 4,000 genes begin to reset. To me, that is absolutely amazing. Within 6 weeks, your brain becomes balanced. Now, hey, you want to have all your coworkers, your family, your friends, your spouse, their brain balanced. So you want to get this patch on them. They want to wear it faithfully, consistently. Within 3 months, your collagen is completely increased. This is crazy. Now, your skin is just not the only part of collagen. All of your organs have collagen in it. This tiny little patch will give you more collagen than any supplement you possibly could intake, like as a vitamin or a supplement. So that's amazing. Within 6 months, your heart is completely reversed. I'm telling you, we have testimonies after testimonies of the heart reversing. But again, you wear the patch for 12 hours on, 12 hours off. And I love what David Schmidt said. It's not about anti-aging, it is about age reversing. So here is how you wear the X39. But remember when I started, I said you literally can peel the paper off the back, put this patch anywhere on your body. So you wake up in the morning, you got an aggravated shoulder, an aggravated back, boom, peel the patch off, this X39 patch, put it on your shoulder, put it on your back. Or you can wear it where he does his case studies in order to get the patent. They all have to wear it in a particular spot. So either below the belly button, you can see on the first picture, or on the right side picture, it's behind the neck, right on that bump. You wear it 12 hours on, 12 hours off, peel it off, throw it away. Girls, do not give your husband the used patch.
Please.
Give him a fresh new one. Let him get his testimony and the results that as his body's healing on its own, just like God intended, let him see what can happen.
So guys, this is a website that we use as a crutch. So if you're brand new looking at it, you do not have to learn everything. When someone asks you, can you explain it? You just send them to thisitit.info.com. And this website has the case studies, the doctor's reviews, the patents, and the testimonies. Everything you need to share, and you can let that be the resource. You don't have to have the knowledge.
Yes.
That is why we are exploding with this opportunity, because
Genius.
everybody needs this technology,
Yes.
but nobody knows about it, which screams opportunity
for you.
And
Yes.
that is why we're sharing this with you, and we're so excited. Let me just tell you a little bit about the company and the business opportunity so you can get yourself started as soon as possible with the friend that shared this video with you. Now, this company's been around for 20 years. It's like the best kept secret. Nobody knew about this opportunity. Mostly promoted by doctors. $20 million for so many years, over 17 years, about $20 million. And then the X39 came into play, and then Gina and myself and our friends started taking advantage of this business opportunity. So we weren't just patching people, we were telling them about this opportunity. The company has grown now from 100 million to 320 million to 430.
Yes!
Right now it's at over 500 million, rocketing to 600 million. It's going to be a $1 billion company. By the end of this year in 2024, it'll be a $600 million company. You want to be part of the momentum
Yes,
that
you
we're
do.
taking advantage of, all the way up to over $2 billion. Companies open in over 75 countries, so you can build an international business like a franchise around the world. And the reason why this is working like no other company I've ever seen in this industry is because it's not a Me Too product. It's exclusive. It's patented. It's not shampoo.
Amazing.
It's not weight loss. It's not energy drinks. It's not skincare. It's not supplements like everybody else has. This is a technology that everybody needs to be wearing. Okay, the company has gone from nowhere just 26 months ago to the #1 momentum company in the entire industry. That is a blessing for you, and still nobody knows about it. That's why it still
right.
screams
Yes.
opportunity.